Beginning this edition with some exclusive breaking news coming in. Gaurav Arya, a businessman based in Goa who is under the scanner for his name, is mentioned in the drug chats of Rhea Chakrabarti. Times Now has spoken to him. We're getting to you his first reaction on the ED notice that has now been sent to him. Listen in to what Gaurav Arya told Times Now's Imran Khan.
He has posted notice at your door. What would you like to say about it? I want a reaction on that.
I'm aware of it. I'm going to comply with it. They've asked me to show up on Monday, so I will comply with it. Speak to them and whatever they need to know from me, I'm available for them.
So, but the ED coming into the picture, that shows that there's a money laundering angle coming into it, cash angle coming into it. So is there any financial transaction you had with Rhea over this issue?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think it's that. I think ED is looking to the case overall.
Okay.
But I'm not a legal expert, so I won't be able to say. But they're looking into the case overall.
Yeah.
So they're only doing the investigation. So I would expect them only to issue me the, to ask me to come and see them. So I'm going to go and see them and comply with the notice. That's all.
Are you surprised that the ED has come, not the Narcotics Bureau?
No, not at all, because I have nothing to do with narcotics. I think ED is investigating the case, so then I would imagine that them only to come.
But isn't surprised, but why would ED come to a picture that it's about the case of money laundering, and ED looks at usually about the money transaction angle, but you had only WhatsApp chats with Rhea over this issue.
See, sir, I'm not a legal expert, so I won't be able to comment on that.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm following the news, etc., it seems like they're investigating the case and they're only questioning people, so it would seem that it's half a course for how the investigation is proceeding.
Is your lawyer coming today?
Yeah.
Okay. So he will take it through all the all the legal.
That was an exclusive first reaction coming in from Gaurav Arya. He's the man who is mentioned in the drug chats of Rhea Chakrabarti, which were exposed here on Times Now. He's now been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. Imran Khan now joins us for more on this. Imran, you just spoke to him. You were also there at his residence when ED officers came there and pasted the summon notice on his door. He's now been summoned on the 31st of this month in Mumbai. He claims he's not surprised the ED has come knocking, but he has nothing to do with drugs or narcotics.
Well, absolutely. Gaurav Arya, while speaking exclusive to Times Now, said that he's not surprised that ED has come to his house. In fact, probably he must have been warned about it or informed prior by his lawyer, Manu Sharma. Probably they were aware of the fact that ED will come today and will paste that notice asking him to join the probe on 31st August. Hence, he feels very confident that, that he is willing to come before the ED. And when I asked him the question, is he surprised that Narcotics Bureau has not come, but the Enforcement Directorate, because Enforcement Directorate looks at the money laundering angle, he said that he has nothing to hide and there was no money transactions between him and Rhea or any point of time. Now, what is crucial is that what is the ED looking into Gaurav Arya and whether they have any clue as far as Gaurav Arya is concerned in Rhea Chakrabarti, whether any money transactions have happened, even though Gaurav Arya claims that he had nothing to hide and in fact is willing to join the probe, and there was no money transaction between Gaurav Arya and Rhea, which he spoke to us to Times Now. Right. What is important is that what will ED probe into? Why have they called him for 31st August? And what will be the line of questioning which they ask Gaurav Arya? And whether that questioning will throw up a much more skeletons out in the closet. And it will be whether trouble is mounting more for Gaurav Arya, apart from the WhatsApp chats where they talk about drugs and about exchanging drugs and whether Rhea wanted to purchase drugs from Gaurav Arya. Now the entire gamut of investigation is taken one notch up with ED coming into the picture, whether money has come and whether this money is legal or it's a drug money.
Absolutely. Did money exchange hands? Is that all white money or is there black money involved? Is there any money laundering in this entire allegation of a drug racket that is running rampant? Many Bollywood biggies who are also believed to be connected to this particular drug racket. That, of course, is under the investigation of the NCB as well. But Imran, yesterday you spoke to Gaurav Arya as well, and he came out and categorically said that it was 3 years ago that I spoke to Rhea Chakrabarti. I am not guilty. I have nothing to do with these drug chats and the drug racket that you keep talking about.
Well, absolutely. In fact, to what we heard from Gaurav Arya, he pretty much confident of the fact that he says that it was in 2017 and it was 3 years back, and since then there has been no interaction with Rhea Chakrabarti, and that's what Gaurav Arya claims. And whether to what extent it is true, whether it is the truth or there is something more beyond, whether he had any more exchanges with Rhea Chakrabarti, both in terms of WhatsApp or in terms of Rhea asking for more drugs, or it was in-person meeting or where he met Rhea Chakrabarti Chakraborty, that will all come under gamut of investigation. Right now, the crucial evidence is about the chats which we have. Times Now is the first we got possession of it. Now we exposed the fact that Gaurav Arya had conversations with Rhea Chakraborty, and it amounts to a certain amount of drugs which are deemed illegal. And mostly it in the social and party circles you found those people drugging, and Rhea exclusively asking from Gaurav about these drugs. And what will be interesting is to agencies to know whether Rhea is the only person where asking drugs from Gaurav, or were some others also involved. As far as the Gaurav is concerned, he had this small brief interaction with Rhea 3 years back, and after that there was no interaction, which investigating agencies will have to verify.
Absolutely,
and
these
establish
chats
that the
accessed
fact.
by Times Now also pertain to 2017. It does corroborate with what, as of now, Gaurav Arya seems to claim, that the last contact he had with Rhea Chakraborty was from 2017. It is, of course, for the investigating agencies, the NCB and now the Enforcement Directorate as well, to piece together that mystery that remains one of our top focuses here on Times Now. But for the moment, Imran, thank you for joining us with those details.